The room is silent, but you can't stand it. The air is heavy, pressing against your chest, and every second that passes feels like a physical weight pulling at your composure. You feel the urge rising in your throat, a desperate, frantic need to fill the void with sound. You think you're being polite. You think you're being charismatic. You think that by speaking first, you are taking control of the room. You are wrong. In fact, you have never been more mistaken in your entire life. The moment you open your mouth to break that tension, you have already lost. You have just handed over the keys to your kingdom to anyone in the room smart enough to keep their mouth shut. Most men spend their entire lives leaking power through their lips. They bleed authority with every unnecessary sentence, every nervous laugh, and every frantic explanation of things that require no explanation at all. You have been trained to believe that communication is about talking, but the masters of the world know that communication is about the strategic application of silence. The most dangerous thing you can do, the most self-destructive, respect-eroding, power-draining mistake you can make, is to speak first. Look at yourself. Think back to the last time you were in a high-stakes conversation. Maybe it was a negotiation for a salary. Maybe it was a confrontation with someone you love. Maybe it was a moment where you were being judged by your peers. What did you do? You spoke. You rushed to fill the gap. You offered up information that wasn't asked for. You showed your hand before the game even started. You did it because you were uncomfortable. You did it because you lacked the internal discipline to sit with the void. And in that moment, the person across from you saw everything. They saw your insecurity. They saw your need for validation. They saw the cracks in your armor. They realized that you are a person who can be manipulated simply by waiting. This is not just a habit, it is a spiritual leak. It is a fundamental misunderstanding of what it means to be a person of substance. Stoicism isn't about being a statue that doesn't feel, it's about being a fortress that doesn't break. And a fortress doesn't throw its gates open the moment someone knocks. It waits, it observes, it forces the world to reveal itself first. You've been socialized to be a performer. You've been taught that if you aren't talking, you aren't contributing. You've been lied to. The loudest person in the room is almost always the weakest, because their noise is a defense mechanism against their own insignificance. They are terrified that if they stop making sound, they will disappear. But you are going to learn a different way. You are going to learn the dark, quiet art of the Stoic silence. You are going to learn that respect is not earned through eloquence, but through the terrifying weight of your presence when you choose not to say a word. This isn't a guide on how to be a better conversationalist. This is a manual on how to reclaim the parts of your soul you've been giving away for free to people who don't deserve them. This is the moment you stop being a passenger in your own social interactions and start being the architect of the atmosphere. If you feel the weight of this truth, if you realize that your own words have been your greatest enemy, then you are ready. This journey requires a specific kind of person. It requires someone who is willing to look at their own reflections and see the cowardice in their chatter. If you are that person, if you are ready to build a wall of discipline around your mind, then join this movement. Subscribe now, not for entertainment, but as a commitment to the version of you that speaks only when it changes the world. Let's look closer at the anatomy of your mistake. Imagine a room. The lighting is dim, the air is still, and you are sitting across from a man who holds something you want. It could be money, it could be respect, it could be the truth. The silence between you is a live wire, humming with potential energy. Your heart starts to beat faster. You think to yourself, I should say something. I should break the ice. I should make him like me. And so, you speak. You make a joke. You ask a question. You start explaining why you practiced for this moment. And just like that, the tension evaporates. The energy you could have used to dominate the interaction is gone, wasted on air. The man across from you relaxes. He doesn't respect you more, he respects you less. He knows he doesn't have to work for your approval because you're already giving it away. He knows he can control the pace of the interaction because you've shown him you can't handle the silence. You've just committed the ultimate social sin. You prioritized your own comfort over your power. Every time you overshare, you are telling the world that you don't value your own inner life. You are saying that your thoughts and feelings are so cheap that you'll hand them to anyone who sits still for 5 seconds. Think about the men you truly admire. The ones who command a room without raising their voice. Did they babble? Did they rush to explain themselves? No. They sit in the center of the storm, perfectly still. They let other people spin their wheels. They let other people reveal their weaknesses. They understand that silence is a mirror. When you are silent, people will eventually start talking to fill the gap, and when they do, they will tell you exactly who they are. They will show you their fears, their biases, and their intentions. By speaking first, you are effectively blinding yourself. You are choosing to transmit when you should be receiving. This is the Stoic way, to be the observer, the judge, the mountain. The mountain does not move because the wind blows. The wind eventually tires itself out, but the mountain remains. Most people are just wind. They are just noise. They are just reactions to stimuli. But you are being called to be the mountain. You are being called to develop the kind of internal gravity that pulls people toward you, rather than you desperately orbiting them. You must understand that your words are your currency. If you print money every day and hand it out on every street corner, that money becomes worthless. This is what you do when you speak without intention. You are devaluing your own mind. You are making your presence a common commodity rather than a rare privilege. The Stoics, like Zeno, understood this at a fundamental level. Zeno used to say that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, so that we may hear more and speak less. But it goes deeper than that. It's about the economy of the soul. It's about realizing that every word you utter is a piece of yourself that you are releasing into the wild. Once it's out, you can never take it back. It can be twisted, used against you, or ignored. But silence is untouchable. Silence cannot be quoted out of context. Silence cannot be used to prove you wrong. Silence is the only thing that belongs entirely to you. When you master it, you become a ghost in the machine of social manipulation. People don't know what you're thinking, so they assume the best, or the most intimidating, of you. They start to project their own respect onto you because you aren't giving them any evidence to the contrary. This is the psychological reality of power. Power isn't about who has the most to say, it's about who has the most control over what isn't said. You've been conditioned to think that silence is awkward. It's not. Silence is only awkward for the person who doesn't know how to use it. For the master, silence is a tool of surgical precision. It is the scalpel that cuts through the fat of a conversation to get to the bone of the matter. Imagine the shift in your life if you decided, starting today, that you would never be the first to speak in a meeting. Imagine if you decided that in every argument, you would wait 10 seconds after the other person finished speaking before you even drew a breath to respond. The world around you would change instantly. People would start looking at you differently. They would start weighing their own words more carefully because they know you are weighing yours. You would stop being the person who reacts and start being the person who dictates. This is the transformation from a boy seeking approval to a man commanding respect. It is a slow, quiet, and brutal process. It requires you to kill the part of yourself that needs to be liked. It requires you to embrace the discomfort of being the quiet one. But on the other side of that discomfort is a level of freedom you have never experienced. You will no longer be a slave to the expectations of the room. You will be the master of your own internal landscape. You will realize that the most powerful thing you can do in any room, in any situation, is to simply exist without the need to explain your existence. This is the beginning of your true Stoic education. It doesn't start with reading books. It starts with closing your mouth. It starts with the realization that your voice is a weapon, and like any weapon, it should only be drawn when you intend to use it. Otherwise, it stays in the holster. Most people are out here waving their weapons around, firing blanks into the air, hoping someone notices. You are going to be the one who waits in the shadows, perfectly still, until the moment is right. And when you do speak, it won't be a leak, it will be a strike. It will have the weight of all that silence behind it. This is why silence is so terrifying to the weak. It suggests a level of self-control they can't fathom. It suggests that you know something they don't. It suggests that you are not hungry for their input. And in a world where everyone is starving for attention, someone who doesn't want it is the most dangerous person in the room. You are becoming that person. You are learning that your silence is a boundary. It is a wall that keeps the noise of the world out and keeps your power in. It is the ultimate form of self-respect. Because if you don't respect your own thoughts enough to keep them to yourself until they are ready, why should anyone else respect them? You've spent too much of your life being a social chameleon, changing your colors and your words to fit in. No more. The mountain doesn't change color for the clouds. It just waits for the clouds to pass. You are the mountain. You are the stillness at the center of the chaos. You are the one who watches, the one who listens, and the one who speaks only when the world is ready to hear a truth it can't ignore. This is not a game of being cool or mysterious. This is a game of survival in a world that wants to consume you. If you give the world your words, it will consume them and then demand more. If you give it your silence, it has nothing to hold on to. It has no leverage over you. You become an enigma, a force of nature that cannot be easily categorized or dismissed. You are reclaiming your identity from the noise. You are deciding that your presence is enough. You don't need to justify it with a resume or a joke or an explanation. You are here. That is enough. This realization is the first step toward a quiet, unshakable rise in power. It is the moment you realize that the most dangerous thing you can do is speak first, because once you do, you've told the world exactly how to defeat you. But as long as you are silent, you are invincible. You are a puzzle that cannot be solved, a fortress that cannot be breached. And as you sit there, feeling the weight of this truth, you begin to see the world for what it really is, a theater of noise where the only real audience is the one who refuses to play a part. You are stepping out of the play. You are becoming the director. You are moving into a space where your words are reserved for the things that matter, and your silence is reserved for everything else. This is the discipline of the elite. This is the path of the Stoic. It is lonely, it is difficult, and it is the only path that leads to true freedom. You can feel it, can't you? The shift in your own energy. The way your breath slows down when you realize you don't have to say anything. The way the people around you start to feel slightly on edge because you aren't playing the game anymore. Good. Let them be on edge. That is where your power begins. You are no longer responsible for their comfort. You are only responsible for your own integrity. And integrity begins with the word you choose not to say. This is the foundation. This is the ground upon which you will build your new life. A life where you are respected not because you are loud, but because you are substantial. A life where you are feared not because you are aggressive, but because you are controlled. A life where you are loved not because you are pleasing, but because you are real. This is the quiet rise. It doesn't need a parade. It doesn't need a social media post. It just needs you to hold the line. It needs you to look the world in the eye and say nothing until the world has nothing left to say to you. This is the moment where you separate yourself from the herd. The herd is loud. The herd is anxious. The herd is always speaking first. You are the wolf who watches from the tree line. You are the one who knows that the loudest sheep is the first one to be caught. You are choosing a different fate. You are choosing the path of the observer. You are choosing the path of the master. And this is only the beginning. The deeper you go into this silence, the more you will find. You will find parts of yourself that have been buried under the noise for years. You will find a clarity of thought that you didn't think was possible. You will find an inner peace that isn't dependent on the world outside. And you will find that the more you stay silent, the more people will want to hear what you have to say. But you won't give it to them. Not yet. Not until it is time. Because you are the one who decides when the silence ends. You are the one who holds the power. You are the one who speaks last. And when you finally do speak, the world will have no choice but to listen. This is the way. This is the Stoic guide to respect. It is a journey into the dark, into the quiet, and into the heart of who you really are. If you're still here, it's because you know this is the truth you've been avoiding. You know that your mouth has been your undoing. But today, it becomes your greatest asset by staying closed. You are entering a new phase of existence. A phase defined by restraint. A phase defined by authority. A phase where you no longer beg for a seat at the table because you are the table. Everything flows from this. Your relationships, your career, your self-worth, they all depend on your ability to control the impulse to speak first. It is the ultimate test of character. It is the ultimate demonstration of discipline. And it is the only way to earn the kind of respect that doesn't fade when you leave the room. You are building a legacy of presence. You are becoming a man of weight. You are learning that the most dangerous thing you can do is speak first, and you are choosing to be the most dangerous person in the room by being the most silent. You are ready for what comes next. You are ready to see how this silence transforms not just your social life, but your very soul. The masks are coming off. The noise is fading. The true work is beginning. This is not a performance. This is a transformation. And as you sit there, in this new, heavy silence, you realize that you have already started to win. You have already started to reclaim the power you thought you lost. You are now the master of the pause. You are the commander of the void. You are the silence that everyone else is trying to fill. And that is exactly where you want to be. The next step is even more demanding. It will require you to look into the eyes of your enemies and see nothing but your own reflection. It will require you to hold your tongue when every fiber of your being wants to scream. But you are ready. You have taken the first step. You have learned the danger of the first word. Now, you will learn the power of the last one. Stay quiet. Watch them crumble. You think you are adding value when you speak. You've been told since you were a child that participation is the key to success. Raise your hand. Share your thoughts. Be the first to answer. They taught you that being the smartest person in the room meant having the most to say. They lied to you. They weren't teaching you how to be a leader. They were teaching you how to be a useful servant. A servant who explains himself. A servant who performs for the approval of his masters. A servant who is predictable. Most men are terrified of being perceived as slow or uninformed, so they rush to prove their intelligence. They jump into the conversation like a starving dog jumping for a scrap of meat. But have you ever noticed that the person with the most power is usually the one who hasn't said a word for 20 minutes? While everyone else is panting, sweating, and trying to impress, the master is simply observing. He is collecting data. He is mapping the insecurities of every person in the room. He is letting you exhaust yourself. You are out here giving away your best ideas, your deepest fears, and your most valuable strategies for the low price of a few nods of agreement. You are trading your soul for a hit of social dopamine. And that is exactly why you feel so drained after every social interaction. You aren't just tired, you are depleted. You have spent your internal currency on people who wouldn't spend a dime on you. This is the identity break you need to face. You are a verbal exhibitionist. You are addicted to being heard because you are terrified of being invisible. You think your words are your shield, but they are actually the trail of breadcrumbs your enemies are using to find your throat. The Stoic path demands that you kill the part of yourself that needs to be understood. It demands that you become okay with being the idiot in the room for as long as it takes to win. Because while you are pretending to be an idiot, you are actually the only one who is truly awake. Everyone else is a puppet, dancing on the strings of their own impulses. You are the only one holding the shears. Think about a moment of intense pressure. Let's place you in a glass-walled boardroom. The air conditioning is humming, a low, clinical drone that fills your ears. You are sitting at a long mahogany table, surrounded by people who want what you have. Across from you sits a man with silver hair and eyes like ice. He has just asked you a question. It's a trick question. It's designed to make you defensive. It's designed to make you talk. Your heart starts that familiar, frantic rhythm. Your palms are slightly damp against the leather of your chair. You feel the collective gaze of the room burning into you. The silence is a physical presence now, like a cold hand tightening around your neck. Your brain is screaming at you to say something. Anything. Defend your work. Explain your numbers. Crack a joke to ease the tension. You can feel the words forming behind your teeth, ready to spill out in a desperate, tangled mess. You want to tell him how hard you worked. You want to tell him he's wrong. You want to fill that terrifying void. But imagine if you didn't. Imagine if you just looked at him. No anger, no fear, no smile, just a calm, steady gaze. 1 second passes. 2, 5, 10. The silver-haired man shifts in his seat. He wasn't expecting this. He was expecting a reaction. He was expecting you to play your part in his theater. But you aren't playing. By refusing to speak first, you have just inverted the entire power structure of the room. He is now the one who is uncomfortable. He is the one who feels the need to fill the silence. He clears his throat. He looks away. He starts to qualify his own question. What I meant was, he begins. And just like that, he has surrendered. He has shown you his hand. He has admitted that his initial attack was weak. He has started to explain himself to you. You haven't said a single syllable, yet you have already won the negotiation. This is the power of the Stoic silence. It is not a passive act, it is an aggressive restraint. It is the refusal to be moved by the expectations of the world. It is the realization that your internal citadel is only as strong as your ability to keep the gate closed. Most men are living with their gates wide open, wondering why they feel so vulnerable. You are going to learn how to lock the door and keep the key in your pocket. This is where we must talk about the philosophical heart of this discipline. The Stoics spoke of the inner citadel, the part of your mind that is completely under your control, regardless of what is happening in the outside world. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, understood that the greatest threat to his power wasn't a barbarian army, it was his own tongue. He knew that the moment he spoke without intention, he was no longer an emperor, he was just another man reacting to the world. To the Stoic, silence is a form of ascesis, a spiritual exercise designed to strengthen the will. It is a filter. Think of your mind as a high-pressure engine. Your thoughts are the fuel. If you have a leak in the system, the pressure drops. You lose efficiency. You lose power. Speaking first is that leak. It is the release of energy that should have been used for action. When you speak your intentions before you act on them, you are tricking your brain into thinking the job is already done. You get the reward without the work. This is why so many people talk about their dreams but never achieve them. They've talked the life out of their goals. They've bled the pressure out of the engine. But when you stay silent, the pressure builds. The fire grows hotter. The intention becomes a physical force within you. You become a coiled spring, ready to release with a level of intensity that the talkers could never imagine. This is the art of not doing. It is the understanding that by refraining from a low-value action, like speaking out of turn, you are creating space for a high-value action. You are preserving the sanctity of your mind. You are choosing to be a producer of reality rather than a commentator on it. This is why the world fears the silent man. They can't predict him. They can't influence him. They can't find the leak. If you want to join the few who actually control their destiny, you have to stop leaking. You have to commit to the quiet. This isn't just about respect from others, it's about respect for yourself. It's about being the kind of person who can trust his own mind. If you are ready to stop bleeding power and start building your citadel, then you need to align yourself with this mindset. This isn't a hobby, it's a standard. Subscribe to this standard. Join those who understand that the most powerful thing you can do is hold your ground in the silence. Share this with one person you know who is currently talking their way out of their own potential. Let them know there is a better way. The transformation you are undergoing is subtle, but it is absolute. You are moving from the identity of a reactor to the identity of a creator. A reactor is someone who is defined by the environment. If the room is loud, they are loud. If the room is tense, they are tense. If someone asks a question, they must answer. They are a reflection of the noise around them. But a creator defines the environment. They bring the stillness with them. They are the empty space that the rest of the world is forced to accommodate. Think about the physical sensations of this new identity. When you enter a room, you don't feel the need to scan for someone to talk to. You don't feel the need to adjust your posture to look more approachable. You just exist. You take up space. You let your eyes settle on things without the need to comment on them. You start to notice things that you were blind to before. You see the twitch in a man's lip when he's lying. You see the way a woman's posture changes when she's intimidated. You see the patterns of the room. You are no longer a participant in the chaos. You are the one observing the chaos. This is what it means to have dead eyes, not in the sense of being lifeless, but in the sense of being unshakable. Your eyes don't dart. They don't seek validation. They just see. This level of control is intoxicating, but it is also a heavy burden. It requires you to be constantly vigilant against your own impulses. You will feel the old you trying to claw its way back to the surface. You will feel that familiar urge to make a clever remark or to prove your worth. When that happens, you must treat that impulse like a stray dog. Don't feed it. Don't pet it. Just let it bark until it gets tired and goes away. You are the master now. You are the one who decides what gets fed and what starves. And you are going to let the talker within you starve to death. In its place, something stronger will grow. A version of you that is carved out of stone. A version of you that is comfortable in the dark. A version of you that knows that the most profound things are often said through a locked jaw. Let's look at the 5-second rule of Stoic silence. This is your first tactical assignment in this new life. For the next 24 hours, I want you to practice a radical delay. Every time someone speaks to you, every time someone asks you a question, every time you feel the urge to contribute to a conversation, wait. Count to 5 in your head. Slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Watch what happens in that 5-second window. Watch how the other person reacts. Watch how your own anxiety spikes and then plateaus. Watch how the meaning of the conversation shifts. In those 5 seconds, the world will try to force you back into your old role. The other person might laugh nervously. They might repeat the question. They might apologize for something they didn't even do. You are watching the social fabric tear, and it is in that tear that your power lives. You are creating a vacuum, and the laws of physics state that a vacuum must be filled. By refusing to fill it yourself, you are forcing the world to reveal its true nature. You are becoming a psychological gravity well. People will be drawn into your orbit, desperate to find out what you're thinking, desperate to earn a word from you. And because you are waiting, because you are being intentional, the words you finally do choose will have 10 times the impact. They will be perceived as pearls of wisdom even if they are simple, because they have been seasoned with the weight of your restraint. You are learning to use your voice like a surgeon uses a scalpel, with precision, with authority, and only when absolutely necessary. You are no longer throwing stones into the dark, hoping to hit something. You are waiting for the light to turn on, and then you are taking the one shot that matters. This is how you build a reputation for intelligence without ever having to brag. This is how you command respect without ever having to demand it. This is the quiet rise. But be warned. This silence will make some people hate you. They will call you arrogant. They will call you cold. They will call you difficult to read. They will do this because your silence is a mirror that reflects their own lack of control. When they look at you and see someone who can sit with himself without the need for constant external stimulation, it reminds them of how much they need the noise. It reminds them that they are hollow. Their hatred is actually a form of confession. It is their way of admitting that you have something they don't: sovereignty. They are slaves to the conversation, and you are the one who has walked out of the prison. Do not be tempted to comfort them. Do not be tempted to explain yourself to them. Let them sit in their discomfort. Let them wonder. Their confusion is your leverage. Their insecurity is your shield. You are building an identity that is not dependent on the approval of the weak. You are becoming a man of the inner circle, the few who understand that the real world is one in the spaces between words. You are learning that the most dangerous thing you can do is speak first, because the moment you do, you have surrendered your mystery. You have given them a map of your mind. But as long as you are silent, you are in uncharted territory. You are a mountain hidden in the fog. You are a threat that cannot be quantified. This is the psychological edge you have been looking for. This is the Stoic edge. It is sharp, it is cold, and it is absolute. You are no longer the one trying to get into the room. You are the room. Everything that happens within it is subject to your stillness. You are the anchor in the storm. You are the silence that speaks volumes. As you move forward from this segment, I want you to carry this weight with you. I want you to feel the physical presence of your own restraint. Every time you hold back a word, feel the power returning to your center. Every time you let a silence linger, feel your respect growing in the eyes of those around you. You are not just changing your behavior, you are changing your DNA. You are evolving into a predator of the mind. Someone who doesn't need to bark to be feared. Someone who doesn't need to explain to be understood. Someone who is, quite simply, more than enough on their own. The world is full of people who are dying to tell you their story. Let them. Listen to every word. Watch their hands. Watch their eyes. Let them empty themselves until there is nothing left. And then, when the silence finally falls, and they are looking at you with that desperate, pleading look in their eyes, the look that says, "Please, say something to make me feel okay," that is when you will know you have arrived. That is when you will realize that you have everything you ever wanted, simply because you had the discipline to wait for it. The noise of the world is a lie. The only truth is what remains when the noise stops. You are the truth. You are the silence. You are the one who is still here when everyone else has run out of breath. This is the end of your apprenticeship in the common world. You are entering the realm of the masters. The realm where the only sound is the sound of your own intention. The next segment will take you deeper. It will show you how to use this silence not just as a defense, but as a weapon of absolute destruction. It will show you how to dismantle an opponent without ever raising your voice. It will show you the true meaning of Stoic authority. But before we go there, you must master the wait. You must master the 5 seconds. You must master the itch. You are the mountain. Stay still. Let the clouds pass. You are exactly where you need to be. The silence is your home now. Don't blink. Don't break. Just wait. You are entering the dead zone. Most people think silence is just the absence of noise. They are wrong. Silence is a presence. It is a physical weight. It is a mirror that reflects the absolute truth of who is standing in the room. Up until now, you've used silence as a shield, a way to hide your insecurities and stay safe. But today, that changes. Today, you learn how to use silence as a blade. You learn how to weaponize the pause. You learn that the person who can endure the longest stretch of quiet is the person who will eventually own everything. Most men are terrified of this power. They are terrified because silence stripped them of their social masks. Without their words, they have no way to distract you from the reality of their weakness. They have no way to project an image of success or confidence. They are just skin and bone, exposed to the elements. And that is exactly where you want them. When you refuse to speak first, you are forcing them to stand naked in front of you. You are creating a psychological vacuum that will eventually pull the very secrets out of their chests. This is not just about respect anymore. This is about total dominance of the frame. You have been trained to believe that you need to connect with people. You've been told that being relatable is the ultimate goal. But the Stoic knows that relatability is a trap. If you are relatable, you are predictable. If you are predictable, you are manageable. The masters of history were never relatable. They were formidable. They were distant. They were the storm that you couldn't track on radar. And it all started with their refusal to speak first. Look at your own life. Look at the times you felt the need to explain your actions to someone who had no right to judge you. Think about the way your voice goes up in pitch when you're trying to convince someone of your value. That is the sound of a man begging for permission to exist. It is the sound of the social beggar. You've been a beggar for too long. You've been begging for attention, begging for validation, and begging for a seat at a table that you should have built yourself. The moment you speak to fill a gap, you are asking for something. You are asking for the other person to acknowledge you. You are asking them to tell you that you're okay. But the Stoic doesn't need to be told he's okay. He knows he is the center of his own universe. He doesn't seek the light, he is the sun. When you stop speaking first, you stop begging. You transition from the identity of the explainer to the identity of the exister. You just are. And that being is more powerful than any argument you could ever construct. People will sense the shift in your energy. They will see that you no longer care about their opinion of you. And ironically, that is the very moment they will start to care about yours. They will start to wonder what you know. They will start to wonder if they've done something wrong. They will start to work for your approval. This is the inverted reality of the quiet rise. You gain everything by refusing to ask for anything. You become the prize by refusing to participate in the race. Let's step into a story. Imagine a long, narrow hallway. The walls are high, and the floor is made of polished stone that echoes with every footstep. You are walking toward a set of heavy oak doors. Behind those doors is a man who has accused you of a mistake. He is powerful, he is wealthy, and he is used to people trembling in his presence. You enter the room. He is sitting behind a massive desk, his face a mask of disappointment and anger. He doesn't invite you to sit. He doesn't say hello. He just stares at you. In the old days, you would have started talking the moment you crossed the threshold. You would have apologized. You would have started citing your reasons. You would have tried to fix the energy in the room. But not today. Today, you walk to the chair across from him, you sit down slowly, and you look him directly in the eyes. You say nothing. You don't even blink. You just sit there, letting the silence expand until it fills every corner of the room. You can see the irritation in his eyes turn into confusion. He expected a defense. He expected a victim. But you are a mountain. The seconds tick by on a clock you can't see. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. A full minute passes without a word being exchanged. The pressure in the room is now immense. It's like being underwater. You can feel the man's desire to break. He starts to tap his pen on the desk. He clears his throat. Finally, he speaks. "Well, do you have anything to say for yourself?" he asks. His voice is slightly thinner than it was before. You wait another 5 seconds. You let his question hang in the air like a bad smell. Then, you simply tilt your head and ask one question of your own. "Why do you think I should?" That's it. 7 words. And with those 7 words, the entire dynamic of the accusation has collapsed. He is now the one who has to justify his anger. He is the one who has to prove that his mistake is actually yours. By refusing to speak first, you didn't just defend yourself, you destroyed the entire premise of his attack. You didn't give him any material to work with. You gave him a mirror. And he didn't like what he saw. This is the story of your new life. Every interaction is a room with an oak door. And you are the man who refuses to be the first to blink. This brings us to the core of Stoic wisdom. Epictetus, the slave who became a master, taught that the only thing we truly own is our prohairesis, our faculty of choice. Everything else, our reputation, our wealth, our bodies, can be taken from us. But the choice of how we respond to the world belongs to us alone. When you speak first, you are giving away your prohairesis. You are letting the external situation dictate your internal state. You are reacting rather than choosing. The Stoic understands that silence is the ultimate exercise of the choice. It is the refusal to be a puppet. It is the realization that most words are just phone, mere sound, like the bleating of sheep or the barking of dogs. But logos, true reason, is found in the stillness. When you are silent, you are aligning yourself with the logos. You are tapping into a frequency that is deeper and more stable than the noise of human drama. You are becoming a ghost in the machine of social manipulation. People can't find you because you aren't leaving any tracks. You are operating from a place of absolute interiority. This is the Citadel that Marcus Aurelius wrote about. It is a place where you can retreat to find peace, even in the middle of a war. And the gate to that citadel is your mouth. If you keep it closed, you stay safe. If you open it, you invite the world into pillage and burn. Most men are living in ruins because they don't know how to keep the gate shut. They think that by talking, they are building something. They don't realize they are just showing the enemy where the treasure is hidden. You are going to be different. You are going to be the man who lives in an intact fortress. You are going to be the man whose treasure is safe because no one even knows it exists. This is the deep, dark secret of respect. People only respect what they cannot fully understand. If they understand you completely, they have categorized you. If they've categorized you, they've dismissed you. But if you are a mystery, if you are a silent, unmoving force, they have no choice but to treat you with a level of caution that eventually turns into reverence. You are undergoing a transformation into something that the modern world doesn't have a name for. You are becoming a silent authority. This is a person whose power is not derived from a title, a bank account, or a social media following. It is derived from the sheer density of their presence. Think about the physical sensations again. When you stop speaking first, your body starts to change. Your heart rate slows down because you are no longer in a performance state. Your nervous system exits the fight or flight mode and enters a state of deep observation. You start to feel more solid, more grounded. You feel like a heavy object that is difficult to move. This is the quiet rise. It's not a loud, flashy ascent to the top. It's a slow, steady increase in gravitational pull. You are becoming more attractive, in the literal sense of the word. You are pulling people toward you. And because you aren't speaking first, you are forcing them to do the work of the relationship. You are forcing them to prove their value to you. This is the ultimate test of character. Most people can't handle being the one who has to work. They want things to be easy. They want you to meet them halfway. But you aren't going to meet them halfway. You are going to stay on your mountain and let them climb. This isn't about being cruel, it's about being high value. If you give yourself away for free, you are worth nothing. If you make people earn your words become gold. You are learning to be the jeweler of your own mind. You are learning to cut and polish your thoughts until they are perfect before you ever let them see the light of day. This is the discipline of the elite. This is the path of the man who knows that his life is too short and too important to be wasted on mindless chatter. If you are feeling this shift, if you are feeling the power of the mountain within you, then you are part of something bigger. You are part of a lineage of men who have always known this truth. Subscribe to this legacy. Commit to the silence. Share this with the man you know who is currently drowning in the noise. Help him find the shore. But let's talk about the danger. Because there is a danger in this silence. The danger is that once you start, you will realize how much of your life was a lie. You will realize that most of your friends were just people who liked the sound of your voice. You will realize that most of your successes were just moments where you managed to trick someone with a clever phrase. And you will realize that you don't actually know who you are without the noise. This is the void. It is the moment where the silence starts to talk back to you. It will tell you that you're boring. It will tell you that people are going to forget you. It will tell you that you're losing your edge. This is the final test of the Stoic. You must be able to sit in that void without flinching. You must be able to look at the nothingness and say, so be it. Because it is only in that nothingness that the true self is born. The self that doesn't need a script. The self that doesn't need an audience. The self that is enough. Most men run away from the void back into the arms of the crowd. They start talking again, louder than ever, just to drown out the silence. But you are going to walk into the center of the void and build a home there. You are going to learn that the void is not empty, it is full of the potential for everything. It is the place where your power is forged. It is the place where you become untouchable. When you can sit in a room alone and be perfectly silent, you have won. You have defeated the world because the world can no longer touch you. You have achieved the Stoic goal of apatheia, not a lack of feeling, but a freedom from suffering. You no longer suffer from the need to be heard. You no longer suffer from the need to be right. You are just here, and here is the most powerful place on earth. As you move through your day, I want you to look for the information gap. This is the space between what someone says and what they actually mean. Usually, people bridge this gap with more words. They talk until they feel they've made themselves clear. I want you to do the opposite. I want you to leave the gap open. When someone tells you something, don't respond right away. Just look at them. Let the information hang there in the space between you. You will be amazed at how often they will start to fill that gap with more information than they intended to give. They will reveal their true motives. They will reveal their hidden fears. They will give you the keys to the kingdom because they can't stand the open space. This is how you win without fighting. This is how you lead without commanding. You are simply the gravity that pulls the truth out of the world. You are the lens that focuses the light. And all it requires is for you to be the one who doesn't speak first. You are becoming a master of the social chessboard. While everyone else is moving their pawns and their knights, talking about their next move, you are the one who is just sitting there, watching the board. You know that the game is won not by the person who makes the most moves, but by the person who makes the right move at the right time. And you can't see the right move if you're too busy talking. Silence is your perspective. It is your high ground. From the silence, you can see the entire battlefield. You can see the traps that have been set for you. You can see the weaknesses in your opponents. And you can see the path to victory that everyone else is too loud to find. Think about the most influential people in your life. Not the loudest, but the most influential. The ones whose opinion actually matters to you. Do they talk all the time? Or do they wait? Do they offer their thoughts freely? Or do they hold them back until you're practically begging for them? This is the economy of the ego. Every time you speak, you are spending a piece of your ego. If you spend it all at once, you are bankrupt. If you save it, you build wealth. You are becoming a wealthy man, in the psychological sense. You are hoarding your presence. You are making your attention a rare and valuable resource. And the beautiful thing is, the more you hold it back, the more people will value it. It is the law of supply and demand applied to the human soul. You have been flooding the market with your words. You have been making yourself cheap. But today, you are declaring a shortage. You are pulling your words off the shelf. You are making people work for a single yes or no from you. And in doing so, you are raising your price. You are becoming a luxury item. You are becoming someone who is worth the wait. This is how you earn respect that lasts. This is how you build an identity that can't be shaken by the winds of fashion or opinion. You are the mountain, and the mountain doesn't give itself away. It just stands there, silent and massive, and the world has no choice but to look up. You are ready for the final stage of this evolution. You have learned to use silence as a shield. You have learned to use it as a weapon. You have learned to use it as a mirror. Now, you must learn to use it as a destination. You must learn to love the silence more than you love the sound of your own voice. You must learn to find more peace in the pause than you find in the applause. This is the ultimate Stoic victory. It is the moment you realize that you don't need the world to tell you who you are because you already know. And because you know, you don't need to say anything at all. The silence is no longer something you do, it is something you are. You are the stillness at the heart of the world. You are the one who watches. You are the one who waits. You are the one who is truly free. As this segment ends, feel the weight of this truth settling into your bones. Feel the power of the words you didn't say today. Feel the respect you've already started to earn from yourself. You are no longer a beggar. You are a king in exile, returning to your throne. And the throne is built on the silence you've finally mastered. The world is waiting for you to speak. But you aren't going to speak. Not yet. You're going to let them wait. You're going to let them wonder. You're going to let the silence do the work for you. Because you know that the most dangerous thing you can do is speak first. And you aren't interested in being dangerous to yourself anymore. You are only interested in being the master of your own soul. The next segment will show you the ultimate application of this power. It will show you how to walk through the world as a silent force of nature that cannot be stopped. It will show you how to speak without saying a word. But first, you must prove that you can handle the weight of the crown. You must prove that you can stay still in the center of the storm. You are the mountain. Stay quiet. Let them search for you in the noise. They won't find you. You are somewhere they can never go. You are in the silence. Listen to the void. It's finally telling the truth. Stop. Breathe. Do not explain. You have arrived at the edge of the world you used to know. The noise is behind you now, a fading echo of a life spent seeking permission to exist. You are standing in the cold, clear air of the summit, and for the first time, you can hear your own pulse. It is steady. It is slow. It is the sound of a man who is no longer running. Most men will never reach this place. They are too afraid of the climb, too addicted to the warm, suffocating embrace of the crowd. They think that by staying in the thick of the chatter, they are safe. They think that if they keep talking, the reaper won't notice them. But you know better. You know that the reaper is drawn to the noise. You know that the most dangerous thing you can do is speak first, because the moment you do, you have tethered your soul to the fleeting opinions of mortals. You have traded your eternal stillness for a temporary relevance. But here, in the dead zone of the Stoic master, relevance is a joke. Power is a side effect. Respect is a shadow that follows you whether you want it or not. You have finally realized that you don't need to speak to be seen. In fact, the less you speak, the more visible you become. You are becoming a landmark, a fixed point in a world that is spinning out of control. You are the silence that everyone else is measured against. And that is the ultimate form of authority. It is the authority of the one who does not need you. It is the authority of the one who has already won. Think about the finality of this transformation. You are no longer practicing silence. You are not trying to be stoic. You have shed the skin of the performer entirely. When you walk into a room now, you aren't looking for an opening to speak. You aren't scanning for a face that looks friendly. You are simply bringing the atmosphere with you. You are a weather system. You are the heavy, ionized air before a lightning strike. People will feel the pressure change the moment you enter. They will stop mid-sentence. They will adjust their posture. They will look at you with a mixture of curiosity and primal fear. This is because you have reclaimed your aura, the energetic boundary that most people have shredded with their constant need to overshare. Your aura is intact now. It is a thick, impenetrable shield of intent. And because you aren't speaking first, you aren't creating any holes in that shield. You are a solid object. You are a mountain of pure, unadulterated presence. Most men spend their lives trying to build a brand, or create an image. They do this through words, through posts, through endless self-promotion. They are building houses out of sand. But you are carving your identity out of the silence. You are building a monument that will outlast the noise of this century. You are becoming a person of gravity. And gravity doesn't need to explain itself. It just pulls. Let's look at the ultimate application of this power. Imagine a moment of total chaos. A crisis is unfolding. People are shouting. Plans are falling apart. Everyone is looking for someone to blame, someone to lead, someone to tell them what to do. In the past, you would have been right there in the middle of it. You would have been offering suggestions. You would have been trying to calm people down. You would have been adding your own panic to the pile. But not now. Now, you are the one standing at the back of the room, leaning against the wall, watching. You aren't saying a word. Your face is a mask of perfect, terrifying calm. You are the only person in the room who isn't reacting. And because you aren't reacting, everyone eventually turns to look at you. The shouting stops. The frantic movement ceases. The silence you've been carrying within you begins to leak out into the room, infecting everyone else. They wait. They wait for you to speak. They wait for you to give them the answer. And you let them wait. You let the silence stretch until it becomes unbearable. You let the tension build until it's humming in their teeth. And then, and only then, you speak. You say 3 words, 5 words, a single sentence that cuts through the bullshit like a hot wire through wax. Because you waited, because you observed, you saw the one thing everyone else missed. You saw the path through the fire. And because your voice is so rare, it has the weight of a divine decree. This is the voice of the master. It is a voice that is born in the silence and tempered in the void. It is a voice that cannot be ignored. This is the Stoic ideal of ataraxia, unshakable imperturbability. It is the state of being so grounded in your own reason that the world can't even move your shadow. Seneca, the great advisor to emperors, knew that the man who could control his tongue could control an empire. He saw men of great wealth and talent destroy themselves because they couldn't stay silent in the face of an insult or a challenge. He saw that the most dangerous thing wasn't a sword or a poison, it was the impulse to prove one's worth through speech. You have conquered that impulse. You have killed the social ego. You are now operating from a place of pure logos. This means that your actions are no longer dictated by your feelings. Your silence is not a mood, it is a strategy. Your restraint is not a hesitation, it is a choice. You are the captain of your soul, and your soul is a quiet place. This is where you find the inner peace that everyone else is looking for in apps, in retreats, and in the bottom of a bottle. You found it by simply refusing to play the game of noise. You found it by realizing that the world has nothing to tell you that you don't already know in the silence. You have become your own teacher, your own judge, your own God. This is the ultimate freedom. It is the freedom from the need to be understood. If people understand you, fine. If they don't, even better. Their misunderstanding is just more silence for you to live in. Their confusion is just more space for you to grow. You are now a member of a silent brotherhood, an elite group of individuals who have seen through the illusion of the loud world. You are part of the invisible architecture that holds the world together while the talkers try to tear it apart. This is a responsibility. It means you can no longer afford the luxury of being casual with your presence. You must maintain the standard. You must protect the silence. Every time you feel that old, itchy urge to speak first, you must remember the mountain. You must remember the void. You must remember that your power is a finite resource that must be guarded with your life. You have worked too hard to get here to give it all away for a moment of social comfort. This is the identity you must carry forward. You are the silent king. You are the one who listens. You are the one who waits. You are the one who wins. If you feel the truth of this in your gut, if you know that this is the only way to live with true dignity, then you have already made the commitment. You don't need to tell me. You don't need to comment. You just need to be. But if you want to signal to the other members of this brotherhood that you are standing with them, do so with a simple gesture. Subscribe to this frequency. Stay aligned with the stillness. Share this with the one man you know who has the potential to be a mountain, but is currently acting like a cloud. Give him the gift of the silence. It is the only gift that matters. As we reach the end of this journey together, I want you to look around you. Look at the people in your life. Look at the strangers on the street. See them for what they are. Frantic, noisy, and desperate. They are all speaking first. They are all bleeding power. They are all dying for someone to notice them. And then, look at yourself. You are the stillness in the center of their storm. You are the anchor they are all subconsciously looking for. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to say anything. Your very existence is a challenge to their chaos. You are a living reminder that there is another way. A way of strength. A way of respect. A way of absolute, unshakable power. You are the living embodiment of the Stoic guide to respect. And it all began with a single, simple decision: to hold your breath. To close your mouth. To wait. You have mastered the most dangerous thing you can do. You have turned your greatest weakness into your greatest strength. You have spoken first to your own soul, and your soul has answered with a silence that will last a lifetime. This is the end of the script, but it is the beginning of your reign. The world is yours now, because you are the only one who doesn't want it. You are the one who is content to sit in the dark and watch the lights fade. You are the one who knows that the last word is always the most powerful, even if it is never spoken. This is your new reality. There is no going back. You have seen behind the curtain. You have tasted the power of the void. Any attempt to return to your old, noisy self will feel like a betrayal. It will feel like a death. So don't go back. Stay here. Stay in the cold. Stay in the quiet. This is where the masters live. This is where you belong. The respect you seek is already yours. The power you craved is already flowing through you. All you have to do is keep the gate closed. All you have to do is remember that the moment you speak first, you have lost. But as long as you are silent, you are the king of everything you see. The journey doesn't end here. It goes deeper. It goes into the very fabric of your being. It goes into the way you breathe, the way you walk, the way you die. But for now, this is enough. You have the tools. You have the map. You have the silence. The rest is up to you. You are the mountain. You are the fortress. You are the silence. Everything else is just noise. And the noise is beneath you now. Look down at it from your summit and smile. But don't let them see the smile. Let them wonder. Let them wait. Let them break against the rock of your presence. You are done explaining. You are done performing. You are done begging. You are, finally, yourself. And that is the most dangerous thing of all. The world is screaming for your attention. Give it nothing. The people are waiting for your reaction. Give them nothing. The silence is calling for your return. Give it everything. This is the path of the elite. This is the path of the Stoic. This is the path of the man who knows that the most powerful thing he can ever do is simply, not speak, not react, not care. In that, not doing, is the doing of everything. In that, not speaking, is the saying of all that needs to be said. You are the master of the pause. You are the commander of the void. You are the silence that everyone else is trying to fill. And that is exactly where you want to be. The masks are off. The lights are out. The theater is empty. And you are still here. Perfectly still. Perfectly silent. Perfectly powerful. This is the end of the noise. This is the beginning of you. The mountain is waiting. The void is calling. The silence is home. Go there now. And don't say a word. Now, take this silence out into the world. Wear it like a heavy coat. Let it drag on the floor behind you. Let it trip up the people who try to run past you. Let it muffle the screams of the insecure. You are the silence now. You are the one who doesn't speak first. You are the most dangerous thing in the room. And you know it. That knowledge is your secret. That secret is your power. That power is your life. Protect it. Cherish it. Never give it away. Not for a laugh. Not for a nod. Not for a single moment of comfort. The silence is your bride. The silence is your sword. The silence is your legacy. Let the world babble. Let the world burn. You will be here, in the center of the ruins, perfectly quiet, perfectly respected, perfectly free. This is the end. This is the truth. This is the Stoic guide to respect. It is a journey that ends exactly where it began. With you, alone, in the quiet, realizing that you were always enough. You just had to stop talking long enough to hear it. The lesson is over. The life begins. Stand up. Walk out. Say nothing. Obey the silence. Become the mountain. Stop. Wait. Vanish.